So continuing with my mini-series of lessons learned from very successful people, today we're going to be looking at a man that needs no introduction, Sam Walton. And if you haven't seen those videos yet, you can check them out. Links will be in the description below. I reveal lessons that we can learn from Jeff Bezos and John D. Rockefeller. Sam Walton opened up his first Walmart store in 1962 after years of being in the retail management business.
I don't know what I do. All I do is exercise.
The discount chain store grew internationally and exponentially in the next 30 years, and by the year of 2010, it became the world's largest company. In 1985, Forbes named Sam Walton the wealthiest man in the United States. Walton eventually stepped down as CEO in 1988 at the age of 70, but remained active in the company until 1992 when he died. So there are definitely lessons that we could take away and learn from and even apply to our own business and life. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you the top 5 lessons that we can take away from Sam Walton. Number 1, control your expenses. Rockefeller was actually also known for this, but one of the keys to success for Walmart was its ability and efficiency to cut costs. Long before being known as the country's largest retailer, Walmart was known for having the lowest ratio of expenses to sales. When traveling out of town to meet with suppliers, as many as 4 to 8 executives would be staying in one hotel room at the same time. Even long after becoming a billionaire, Sam Walton was known for flying coach, not first class. The way Sam saw it was by saving money, they were able to offer their customers lower prices and gain a competitive edge. Money that they lost or overspent on business trips, or money that they lost due to poor negotiations, meant money out of the customer's pocket. Walton was an avid hunter and outdoorsman and portrayed a humble image right up until his death. His vehicle of choice was a 1985 red Ford pickup. With his wife, he lived in the same house in Arkansas since 1959. So pay attention to everywhere that money is going. There's definitely areas that you can cut down on in your business and even in your life. Lesson number 2. Hold true. Even though he was an experimenter, Walton still held true to what was working for Walmart. He believed that the vision for the company was to provide the best quality merchandise for the lowest cost. That vision drove just about every decision that the company made. Yes, there were other businesses that came along that seemingly had a different way of doing things, and they might have a splashy year or 5, but they eventually would just die and burn out. Many businesses get caught up in new and flashy models that just eventually lead to a downfall. You have to understand the vision that is working and stick with it even in times where you might be lagging behind. As the saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So stick to your guns, stick to your inner instinct, and just keep following what is working. And number 3, at the same time, Sam was a notorious experimenter. So lesson number 3 is experiment. He would see all those other ideas that people in retail and business had and practiced, and he would want to try the best ones out. Obviously not all of them worked, but he succeeded big time with enough of those experiments that led him to go on to build one of the most largest and successful enterprises of all time. Just like Thomas Edison failed and tried 2,000 times before he found a way to create the light bulb. But Edison didn't see it that way. He kept going and experimenting, and he didn't see it as failure. He basically just saw it as eliminating ways that wouldn't work until he found a way that did work. Experimenting is important. It seems as if we're wired to avoid failure in life at all costs and all times. But we have to experiment to find better ways of doing things. Where would we be if Thomas Edison stopped experimenting? Where would we be if Sam Walton stopped experimenting? You can't be afraid of trying new ideas. This leads me to lesson number 4. Keep going. And we talk a lot about persistence on this channel all the time. There's a really interesting story about Sam Walton before he got his start in the retailing industry. He had experience in retail after high school before he went on to the military. After his military career ended at the age of 27, he and his wife moved to a new town and took over a variety store franchise. They turned that shop into a success and life was very good. Then after 5 years, the landlord saw the success that Walton was having and didn't allow him to renew the lease on the building. And now you have a 32-year-old Sam sitting out on the street. He built something into a huge success, and because of a technicality in the contract and a short-sighted landlord, he was back to square one and had to start all over again. But no worry, Sam continued on in life even after that large blow. The lesson is every ending is a new beginning, and you can control what's next if you're brave enough. Sam Walton turned the ending into the beginning of Walmart. So no matter what you might be facing in life and business, it is important to just keep going, because a lot of times the light is just around the corner. And many times at the lowest of our lows, that's when the spike starts to come. And that is really what life's all about. It is not just this one straight line, it's the ups and downs that makes it exciting, and you don't know what's coming next. And finally, lesson number 5, exceed your customers' expectations. If you do exceed their expectations, the customers will come back over and over again. Give them what they want and then a little more. Let them know that you appreciate them. Make good on all of your mistakes. Don't make excuses and just apologize. Stand by everything that you do. Walton said that the 2 most important words that he ever wrote was on a Walmart sign, and it said satisfaction guaranteed and they're still there to this day. That is what made all the difference for Sam's company and why he was able to beat out all the other competitors. If you treat your customers like humans and people and not just another number or another dollar, they'll want to keep doing business with you and even share their experience with others. Do everything to please your customers, and those are the lessons that we could take away from Sam Walton, a very successful individual who really did something the likes of which no one had ever seen, especially at that time. He wrote an entire biography on his life and the company. You could read that. It's a great book. I highly recommend it. If you enjoyed that video, if you got value out of it, be sure to smash that like button. Just give it a big thumbs up. It just helps with the algorithms. That way more people could see videos just like this. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I post videos just like this every single week, sharing you ideas, tips, tricks on business, finance, entrepreneurship, you name it. I do it on this channel. And if you'd like to be notified every time I make a new video, be sure to hit that little notification bell as well, so you're notified every time I upload a video. See you in the next one.